Hello everyone. Today's lesson is about three-dimensional shapes or three-dimensional figures. Lesson 11.4, page 655. Okay. In our lesson today, we are going to take some figures which is called solid figure. The solid figure has three-dimensional, which is length, width, and height. This our three-dimensional. That's why we call it three-dimensional figures. Okay, we have two main types of dimensional or three-dimensional figures. The first type is about polyhedrons. Polyhedrons such as prism and pyramids are three-dimensional figures with faces that are polygons. So polyhedrons is, or we have polyhedron three-dimensional figures like prisms and pyramids. So we have two types of polyhedrons, which is prisms and pyramids. What are the differences between pyramids and prisms? Okay, firstly, let's have what the meaning of prism. Prism is polyhedron that has two congruent polygons as bases. Like your room. You have here in your room, you have ceiling. The upper part is ceiling and the lower part is floor. So you have two bases, two congruent bases, ceiling, your room ceiling and your room floor. And you have four walls. These walls called lateral faces. So the lateral faces is about rectangles. So the lateral faces of the prism is about rectangles. In this rectangle or in this prism, we have two faces, which is a shaded part here, two bases, and these two bases are triangles. And we have here the lateral faces is about rectangles. So we can say that because of we have the base and the shape of triangle, so we can say that this is triangular prism. So the name of the prism is called according to the shape of its base. The shape of its base is triangle here, so its name is triangular prism. Okay, the next one, the base here is about rectangle. So the base shape is rectangle. So we can say that the name of this solid is rectangular prism. And as we studied before, and as we said before, we have rectangular prism because this prism we have two bases. We have this base and we have this base. We have two bases, so we can call this prism first, and after that look to the shape of the base. The shape of the base here is rectangle, so we can say that this is rectangular prism. The next one, pentagon. The shape of its base is pentagon. How can we know? As we said before in polygons, let's count the number of sides of its base, and according to the number of sides we will know and we will identify the name of the base. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 sides here. So 5-side shape is called pentagon. So pentagon here is about the shape of the base. So we can call that pentagonal prism. Pentagonal prism. The next one, the base shape is about hexagon because we have 6 side faces here. 6 sides. So we can say this hexagon shape. And the name of the solid here is hexagonal prism. The same here, we have 8 sides shape in the base, so it will be octagon. And the name of the figure here is octagonal prism. Okay, this is the first type of polyhedron, which is prism. Let's move to the second type of polyhedrons here, which is pyramid. Pyramid here is polyhedron with only one base. It's very important here because this is the difference between the prism and the pyramid. Prism, we have 2 bases, but pyramid we have only one base. And we have another difference here. We have the lateral faces of a pyramid are triangles, but the lateral faces of prisms are rectangles. So we have prism, we have 2 differences here. We have the first difference, it will be, we have prism, the face of the prism is the bases, 2 bases, and the lateral faces are rectangles. But when we deal with pyramid here, pyramid it has only one base and the lateral faces are triangles. Okay, that's the 2 differences between pyramid and prism. Okay, now here some examples on prism or pyramid. We have here the base in the shape of triangle, so it will be triangular pyramid. Here the base in the shape of rectangle or square, so we can say that this rectangular or square pyramid. And the last one here, pentagon, the shape of pyramid, the base, the shape of pentagon, so we can say that pentagonal pyramid. The next type of our lesson today, the second type of figure or solid figures, which is non-polyhedrons. Non-polyhedrons. We have 3-dimensional figures that have curved faces. Here we have here code like your ice cream. We have here one base, one circular base, and we have curved faces, curved surface. Okay, and then we have cylinder, 2 congruent circular bases like your glass. Okay, and one curved face or one curved surface. We have here sphere like your bowl. We have here no bases. There is no bases about your bowl. There is no bases. So we have one curved surface. So this our lesson today. You have to understand the meaning of the figure, the solid figure. We have 2 types of solid figures. First type is polyhedrons, and the second type is non-polyhedrons. We have in polyhedrons we have 2 types. So let's write it here. Let's say here we have 3-dimensional figures. three-dimensional figures here, we have two types of three-dimensional figure. We have here the first type is polyhedrons, and non-polyhedrons. Polyhedrons, we have polyhedrons and non-polyhedrons. Okay, so polyhedrons, here we have two types of polyhedrons. We have prism and we have pyramids. Okay, so the difference between pyramids and prisms are the first one, prisms, we have two congruent bases. Okay, like your room. Okay, then the second difference is the lateral faces are rectangles. Okay, what about pyramid? Okay, we have in pyramid only one base. Okay, number two, the lateral faces here are triangles. So we have here two congruent bases and we have here only one base. We have here the lateral faces, we have here rectangles, and the lateral faces here is triangles. There's a difference between prisms and pyramids. Okay, you have to keep in your mind the differences, and you have to keep in your mind each name of each solid. Okay, your homework of today is about your homework Classera and Think Central and your book. Okay, this is your homework, and check your account on Classera and Think Central, and if you have any late homework, complete it before its due time. Okay guys, thank you for listening. I will meet you tomorrow inshallah at 9 a.m. Be safe.